Ready to ring the bell?
I've never actually done that before.
I've never done that before. Can I close this off in a second?
Yes. Come over.
Prosecco, let's go.
Should we have some?
Yeah, we're allowed.
I mean, if we're doing a podcast, I feel like it has to be with the drink.
I love the choice of glass.
There's no pressure now to
Yeah, let's get this right.
open this nicely. Ready? I don't let go. Hey.
Hey!
Cheers.
Let's cheers. Let's go.
Yum. So,
Right.
do you want to introduce yourself? What's your name?
Yes.
How long have you been here?
Emily Waters, known as Em, to the entire agency. I'm coming up for 10 years. Mum of 2. I have an 11-year-old at home and a 5-year-old. Son, boy being 11, and a daughter that's 5.
And I've known you for 10 years then.
We've
I've been
now
here for
worked
11.
together.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Both Waters.
Both Waters.
Not related.
Not related.
By marriage and or...
No, she's not married to my...
And we're 2 even of 4 Waters in the office currently, aren't we?
Yeah. It was like that group chat the other day when there was literally like...
All 4 of us in one chat.
It was so weird,
This is
isn't it?
getting
Weird now, guys.
So I have 2 kids as well, both girls, 1 5 and 1 2. It's a little bit chaotic, but
I mean, yeah. I gave it a good 6 years down for Amy.
yeah, I've got just under 3 years gap between the 2 of them.
And it's weird to think when we started working together, you had no kids.
No, and you only had Mason.
And I only
you had a
Mason.
2-year-old.
Mason was 2.
And look at how much has happened in 10 years. It's mad, isn't it?
Now we're doing a podcast talking about mums in marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah, how times change, hey?
Madness, isn't it? So, do you want to kick off? We were meant to do this podcast when?
Yes. So, typical example of working mums and work-life balance, I guess. We were supposed to do this, November?
And we're in April now.
And we're now in April. And so, yeah, November, I was nervous. I was excited. I was getting ready for it. And then
you had your hair done, more importantly.
I did have my hair done. And then the morning of it, Mason was sick.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my God, what am I going to do?
So cancelling at the last minute, rescheduling.
Exactly that.
So how do you navigate for yourself? Like, how do you navigate like the complex, sick days, like mum guilt, the guilt of being an employee and having to take that time for the kids? Like,
it's hard. And in my house, I guess it's a bit different because so my husband works in construction, self-employed. So I'm kind of that default mum because I can work from home if I need to. It helps with Mason's age. You know, he's 11 now. He's not a toddler running around. But yeah, I'm typically the default parent. I'm really lucky I do have my mum that doesn't work. But I think there's always, you know, when they're sick and they're really sick and they need mum, you have to be there. And I kind of see, you know, if he's throwing up and has a sick bug, I want to be the one that does it. Yeah. If he's like cold, that kind of thing. Yeah. My mum's great and she can have him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm typically that default parent. Are you? Or what's yours?
Yeah, I think same applies. Like, because I want to be the one that's there because they're my babies. I want to look after them. And as much as I know my husband will be great as well, or, you know, grandparents and whoever can step in, you want to look after your babies when they're unwell.
Yeah. And they want you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're very fortunate that we've not had an occasion yet where we've kind of had to navigate sickness, really, other than the odd cold and those kind of things. But we're very lucky that we've got a village around us. We've got both sets of grandparents within like a 10-minute drive, and they do so much for us, for the kids. And I mean, hats off to people that don't have that village, because I don't know how.
It's only over the past few years, I think, that I started hearing people say kind of, it takes a village.
And actually believing it.
And and I always used to think, right, what does that mean? What does it mean? And then I didn't realise, like, oh, these people are my village. And I'm, you know, really fortunate. I've got my mum, and Pat's sisters are great. I've got like my sister, she's great. But for those people, like you said, that don't have that, I honestly don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
It must be such pressure. And also having such a good employer.
Oh, we're so lucky that
I hear horror stories from some of my friends. You know, we can ring up and Mason's really sick. I'm going to work from home. And our jobs allow us to be able to work from home, and the beauty of teams and
sure. And I think that's one thing that's come out of COVID, is that we had to get to a point where we were so ready for people being able to work from home So we've set up things like the Monday board and Teams. That we didn't have Teams before.
Didn't have Teams. We didn't have Monday.com.
No, we were briefing on and printing out a piece of paper and putting it in the tray in studio.
Exactly.
So the fact that we're now geared up to work remotely obviously helps with things like
100%.
parents that need to take time to work from home.
Yeah. 100%.
But yeah,
No,
we're very lucky.
We are
obviously
very
the
lucky.
bosses have got their own children and know what it's like as
and
well.
they get it. Yeah, I think they get it. And I do think there's a difference in the mum aspect of it. You know, like you said, when your kids are poorly and when my kids are poorly, they want mum.
Yeah.
You know, they want mum for the cuddles, and it kind of it just has that mum guilt, doesn't it, when you're not there. So yeah. I've read somewhere as well, I'm just going to read it off here. So sometimes the most professional thing you can do is put your child first. And I do fully agree with that. I think there's a line, you know, I think he's got a bit of a snivel or he's feeling a bit tired. I think there's a line, but I will say our employers back that.
Massively.
You know, I've made calls and it's like, stay at home.
Yeah.
If your child is sick, stay at home.
Yeah,
So
sure.
I think we're really lucky in that aspect.
Yeah.
Right, so let's get on to some stats.
Yes, we've got some good stats here, I think, that are
Yes.
really interesting. Typically, so like an average day. Let's talk about
let's
an
go
average day
average
then. So like my alarm will go off at 5:15, 5:20ish. Try and get myself up and go to the gym. No, I know. Well, I go to the gym before because it's the only time I really get to myself. Okay, so that hour in the morning, that is my me time. And I'm back. I'm getting the kids ready for school or for nursery or whatever it is they're doing that day. I'm getting myself ready and I'm out the house. If I'm coming to the office, I'm out the house by 20 to 8.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm then here till 6-ish on average. I try not to stay much later than that because otherwise I don't see the kids. And then it's back home, get them sorted. They've typically had dinner by then because I'm home later than they would eat.
Hubby does dinner.
Yeah. Or wrap around at school. She'll eat tea there or nursery or grandparents. So either way, they've eaten before I get back. But it's straight into bath, bed, story time, reading, you know, all those kind of things that we need to do for school.
Yeah.
They go to bed and then it's, well, I've got to sort our dinner out. I've got to...
So do you'll eat separate after bedtime?
Yeah, because I'm back too late to eat with the girls. So it's kind of, at the end of the day, that's when we would eat once they've gone to bed. So we might not eat till 8:30. And then after that, it's getting the house back together. It's getting prepped for the next day. And we just go to bed. That's like typically what my day would look like.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, I totally agree that at the end of the day, is at least 2 to 3 hours. And then at the weekend, obviously, that's not factored in, I guess, to that.
No. And that stat is not single mums. That is mums.
Yeah, with a partner that's also doing 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah. I think it's accurate. Again, kind of similar day, not up as early. I'm up 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And then I have like my first hour of having a coffee.
And you're doing your emails typically in the morning.
I will always check my emails when I have my 6 a.m. coffee because I just like to get ahead. Did anything happen?
Yeah. And make sure you're not walking into any drama.
Yeah. And before the kids get up, I'm like, I can fully focus. This is me. Coffee. Quickly check emails. Luckily, you know, not much has happened. So it's usually okay. And then, you know, I'm at a stage now where I'm waking Mason up. So Maya wakes up, fine. But now he's 11. I'm waking him up. Mason, get out of bed. Mason, his Alexa's going off. He's sleeping through it. And then I'll kind of start getting ready and what have you. And then it's coming back down. He's gone back to sleep. And he's going to be watching this, so he's going to love this. But yeah, I'm kind of getting to that preteen, let's call it. And then typically, I mean, I have routine. So, you know, sometimes I'm dropping the kids off, sometimes my mum is.
Yeah.
So on a day when my mum is and it's an office day, she'll come and pick them up, take them off to school. I can get to the office on time.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing. Because when you do drop off, I'm typically 10 minutes late, which I'll always make up in my
You're
lunch
not
break.
late though, are you? Because
No.
you've pre-agreed that with the employer. But this is
you
one of
feel
those.
it.
Yeah, of course you do. And this is important to talk about, I think, because not everybody else knows what your working pattern is. So you might have people in the office that see you coming in 10 minutes late, but actually they don't realise that you put in the extra 10 minutes and more, let's be honest, and it's pre-agreed. And so they just think you're late.
Yeah. And you will always feel that.
Yeah,
And you
for sure.
sometimes I feel like writing it on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And kind of saying,
Wearing
don't
it.
worry, I'm working for my lunch, or I always make it up in my lunch. But on the days, like I said, when mum takes them, I can be in the office on time, and it's a great feeling. So yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Sometimes before other people. And it's nice to feel like that. And then it's finish here at 5:30, go home. I mean, when it's on a Thursday, now that the kids have activities, I mean, Mason does football 2 nights a week. So often it's get home, really quick turnaround. Mason gets in the car, mum's fed them. He's at football training, kind of 6:30 till 7:30, get home. And then it's 7:30. So you're like, right, Maya's bedtime. Yeah. Mason can stay up. Mason's hungry again. So it's another dinner. Then Weirly. So yeah, it can be very hectic. But I normally say 8:30, there's kind of peace in the house. Yeah. Is when like Maya's asleep. You can kind of switch off and that's your time again. And normally there's a football game to watch. So, you know.
Happy house.
Happy house, happy all round. Next up. So mothers still handle 71% of the mental load for all household tasks. I agree with this one.
Yeah. And that's not to say that my partner's not great. You know, he is amazing. He's an amazing dad. But I think this is just how we're wired as mothers, is that we don't switch off, right? Ever. If I'm not thinking about work or have they eaten enough or do I need to book a dentist appointment? Have they got birthday parties coming up? Do I need to buy gifts for their friends? You know,
have I RSVP'd?
There's so many things that I think as mums we're just wired to think about more so than the dads. But then you've also got the other side where it's not necessarily related to the kids, but it's household chores and it's, you know,
we need new bed sheets.
Yeah.
Do I need a new, just silly things.
But I do genuinely think that that's not a fault of my partner's. It's probably a fault of mine. And I need to get better at either delegating some of those things that are in my head. Or it's just, I'm wired so differently.
I also think it's a lot to do with what we do as in our job. You know, like project manager, account manager.
For sure. And it's so transferable, isn't it? Like if you're project managing here at work, then typically you're going to go home and start project managing at home.
Like we moved into a new house in November, and it's kind of carpets, blinds. You know, you're figuring out everything, and I'm just seeing it in my head as I can see my Monday.com board. And I might even make one for my house.
You should actually make one for the house.
But it is
really helpful.
Project management, right? So I do think, I mean, that kind of, we will get on to talk about it, but there's so many skills that you can transfer from home and from mum life into work.
And
make us better at our job.
And there's stuff that I think I've taken from here that's made me better at being a parent. I think
spreadsheets in life.
Well, and if you can manage a 7 a.m. meltdown from a toddler, then you can come in and handle anything that this place throws at you as well, can't you?
Let me in the boardroom.
Honestly.
There is actually, I did pull some stats on that. Where was it? About all the skills, let's say, as being a mum that you can bring in. So like risk mitigation.
So funny
things, you know, like pressure. I think, you know, suddenly something happens with one of the kids and you need to think really quick before that meltdown comes in.
You got a U-turn on whatever it was that you were doing.
And you transfer that into, okay, this campaign's not going to go live. What am I going to do?
Well, especially with multiple children as well. You're plate spinning, aren't you? And that's what we do here.
Well, that's what you're doing. Multiple clients we're both doing.
This one's a bit crazy to me, but up to 74,000 new or expectant mothers lose their jobs annually due to pregnancy or maternity discrimination. Isn't that mad?
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's shocking, actually.
Yeah.
And that's not them choosing not to come back to work. Right?
This is. Yeah. I think that's them being told there's not a job for them to return to either during their maternity period or whilst they're still pregnant.
So on that, and kind of taking us back to when we were on maternity leave.
Yeah.
How did it make you feel coming back to work after maternity leave?
I struggled, I'll be honest, the first time. So when I'd had Olivia coming back, I'd had her during COVID, but like the end of COVID. So it was January 2021. We'd gone back into a lockdown. We had her. We then came out of lockdown kind of April time, I think, that year. So and then I had the full year maternity, so I came back then the following January, and I genuinely, and this is a personal experience, felt like I knew nothing. I was so overwhelmed coming back, feeling like I was totally out of the loop. Marketing had moved on, but I hadn't been here to move with it. there were new people here that I'd never met before. When I was coming back in as their account manager, and they didn't know me. They didn't know if I was any good at my job, if I was a nice manager. And it's kind of, you've got to slot back into this dynamic that doesn't include you.
Yeah.
And it's really weird.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
It's a really weird feeling.
Yeah, especially because I've been here for 11 years. Like, why do I feel like that?
Yeah.
Why do I feel like I don't belong?
Yeah. I felt exactly the same.
And it didn't last long. It after a couple of weeks probably, I felt like that was silly. That was all in your head. Like there was nothing to worry about. But yeah, it was a real and valid feeling, I think, when I came back, having had my first.
Scary feeling, isn't it?
Yeah. I didn't feel it as much when I came back after having Millie.
Yeah.
I think because I kept in touch with so many people as well during that.
You know, I also think, because Maya was a COVID baby too, and she was born November 2020.
Yeah.
And I came back, I think it was, after 6 months, I started to slowly come back.
Yeah.
There was a certain project that I really wanted to be involved in. So I really kind of wanted to try and come back. But I think a lot of it was COVID.
Yeah,
as well.
Because absolutely, it knocked you, didn't it?
Like with Mason going on maternity leave, I was a lot younger with Mason. I was only 24 when I had Mason, and I felt like I kind of bounced back quite easily.
Yeah.
But with Maya, and now I think about it, and now I'm hearing your story, I'm thinking maybe COVID played a huge impact.
Probably did. Yeah.
And so you were pregnant throughout COVID.
Yeah.
I was pregnant with her throughout COVID, and I remember literally, because we didn't know what would happen to the baby during COVID, I was very locked away.
Yeah, for sure.
And I remember we used to do our Teams calls every morning at 9 a.m. We'd all get on a Teams call, and Javier would always be like, let us see the bump. And that's the way everyone saw
your pregnancy.
My pregnancy.
Yeah.
And then when we all came back to work, she was here by then.
It was such a weird time, wasn't it? Because we had the same when I had friends that knew me before I had Olivia, never saw me whilst I was pregnant. And then suddenly I see them again and I've got a baby. And they were like, I can't comprehend that you are the same person. You've now got a child.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
Yeah. No, I completely relate to that story.
Yeah.
But that's what I think maybe why the struggle was there. Like, you think it was because it was your first time on maternity leave, whereas it was my second.
Yeah.
But it was the one I struggled with the most. And I do genuinely think it kind of was COVID. Yeah. So you didn't have at any time working from home with kids over COVID, did you?
No, but you did. You had to navigate working, being pregnant, and homeschooling Mason.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. A lot of the homeschooling didn't really happen.
Yeah.
Also, I've got one laptop in the house and I needed that for work.
So did they not give him a laptop?
Didn't give him a laptop.
For school?
No, didn't give him a laptop. But I am lucky in the fact that he was reception.
Oh, okay.
So he was 5.
Yeah.
But I do have some funny stories of, it was always kind of, right, Mason, Mummy's going on a call. Mm-hmm. Don't come in the bedroom. So, okay, fine.
You can imagine what happened.
Yeah, and I'm not going to sit at the dining room, which is where I typically would sit when I'm working. Yeah. I was like, this is quite an important call. There's quite a few people on it, so I'm going to go and sit in the bedroom. Mm-hmm. Shut the door. Don't come, Mason. He was okay. Yeah, fine, Mum, fine. I sit and do.
You tell a 5-year-old not to do something, though, right?
Especially here, and they're bored. It's COVID. We're locked down.
Yeah.
So I'm in the bedroom and I'm on the call. And he starts creeping in the door. And luckily, the call's wrapping up. It's fine. I know the client really well. And I was kind of, as you do, like getting rid of them. And then it started to be, okay, bye. Yeah, thanks for your time. And those byes can take, 30 seconds, right?
Easily, yeah.
And then bye. Mason's there. Mum didn't shut her laptop down properly. And I launch over the bed. Mason! And then my client texted me and was like, did Mason just come in on that call? And I was like, oh my God. I mean,
should have hung up.
Yeah, it was just so funny. And she was like, yeah, we just saw, I think she was the only one left on it. She's like, I just saw your body kind of launch over the laptop. But yeah, I think other than that, though, bless him, I handled it pretty well. He's a good kid.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. He is really good. Give him something to do and he'll sit and do it. He plays FIFA and things like that, so he's pretty easy to keep entertained.
Yeah.
So that's probably the funniest COVID story I had. But other than that, I'm not going to lie, it was quite nice to be able to be at home with the kids for a bit.
I was in two minds with it because it was nice to be sheltered, I guess, and and not have that pressure to go out and you know, once we had Olivia, there wasn't the pressure to introduce her to everybody because we couldn't. So that was
it was quite nice. With the whole taking everyone's temperature when they walked through the house. Like,
madness.
Because Maya was born the day before the national lockdown.
Really?
Literally the day before.
Really?
Yeah.
Because the second one, yeah.
So the one just before the November one.
Yeah.
But
then that was still going on when I had Olivia.
Yes,
it was such a long one, wasn't it?
Oh, when I look back now, I don't know all the dates. It's all anyway. We're going.
Blurs. Yeah, we didn't come here to talk about COVID. So.
Yeah, let's not.
Okay, then another.
Oh, I like this one.
So, go on then, you go for it.
Career impact on kids. So studies show, bearing in mind we've got 3 daughters between us, studies show daughters of working mothers perform better in their careers. And sons are more likely to hold equal views on childcare.
I really like that stat. I think that's for you as well. You've got one of each.
Yeah. So hopefully I'm benefiting them both.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think with the daughters thing as well, it's not a reason why I do it. I love my job. And I was, not working for me was never going to be an option.
Yeah, ditto. But isn't it so nice that you can inspire her to be...
It's one of the benefits.
Yeah,
right?
be whatever she wants to be and that she can do hard things and she can still be a mum if that's what she chooses to be.
And when it's like, there's often people that say you can't be a great mum and you can't be great at your job.
Pick. Which one do you want to be? Do you want to be a good mum or do you want to be a good employee?
Non-believer in that because I think, we are proof that you can do well in your job. Yeah. And you can be a good mum.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't a great mum. And I think you smash it in the office. Like, it's okay. So I
agree with you. I totally disagree. But I do think it's a valid feeling. Okay. It's not a valid statement, but I have had thoughts in the past where I'm almost like, what do I pick today? Do I pick work or do I pick the kids? Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, it's in my head and I don't actually have to pick either of them. But what I mean by that, it's, so there are days when, I might come to the office and it means I don't really see the children. I get them ready in the morning, send them off to school or wherever, get back by the time I've left here at 6ish, I'm home at 6:30. I go to bed at 7. And so I don't see them in the week. And that's kind of, I think, where my head is saying, which one am I picking today? Like, do I try and work from home today so that when I finish at 5:30, I actually have an hour and a half to spend quality time with them before they have to go to bed? Or, it's that kind of, it's that kind of thing that goes through my head, I think.
Yeah. I have it with picking different types of activities that I can go to. So with Mason,
there's so many with school, isn't there?
There's so many, and that's a whole new thing. Whole new thing.
Yeah, well, we're only just starting to navigate it because Olivia's only just started school. She's in reception now, and it's like we get invited to stay and play sessions, and it's like, it's at 10 o'clock on a Monday.
Yeah, and it's just so I've got this thing of Mason's really good at sports, really loves his sports, does really well at sports. So I prioritise those.
Yeah.
Which means I don't prioritise when he gets Pride Child in assembly. So every Friday there's a Pride Child from each class. They stand up in assembly and it's for an achievement of their work. So typically I'll send my mum to those if Mason gets Pride Child. Plays. Yeah. There's sometimes Christmas plays I will always try and go to. But they do random plays now throughout the year. And before I have said to Mason's like, you coming to my play? And I'm like, banging Mason.
Yeah.
Grandma's going to come or your auntie's going to come.
I mean, the fact that he still has somebody going, I think is,
but there are other mums as well. So I am close to a few other mums in Mason's school year, and they're the same, and they'll be like, I'm not able to go. Yeah, don't feel bad, and we'll have conversations, and we've got WhatsApp groups of don't feel bad, I'm not able to go either. But I actually pick and choose the things. Me and Mason, I'm like, would you rather me come to sports day or would you rather me come to your harvest?
I suppose he's that age now where he can. You can reason with him and he understands. Yeah. But how do you navigate that kind of mum guilt then with Maya? Because presumably she's having this similar kind of...
She's starting to have the similar ones. So we had it. I mean, I totally forgot about it. We had Easter craft making morning at school. Random Wednesday, 9 till 11.
9 till 11?
Yeah. And you go in...
Who's got 2 hours?
So I did Christmas and it was Christmas craft making. Yeah. I thought, right, I've done the Christmas one. So I text my mum the night before and I was like, any chance? And she was like, I am actually free. Brilliant. But yeah, it is choice. I don't go to.
So I went to one with Olivia when she'd first started school. There was this stay and play session, and it was a random like 9:30 till 10:30 session. And I was like, well, I'm going to go. It's the first ever one. Someone has to be there. And I went, and there were these children that didn't have anybody turn up, and it broke my heart to see them there without a parent or a carer or whoever. And yeah, I mean, we've not had to deal with anything like that since. But if we do, hopefully I will be able to call on that village to do it.
I was just about to say, that brings us back to the village. Yeah. And, you know, for those that don't have that who live away from their family, you know, hats off. I genuinely don't know how you do it, or you just use I think I'd be using all of my annual leave.
Yeah, you'd constantly be booking annual leave. But then you've got school holidays to deal with. Anyway, so final stat then, and then we'll move on.
Yeah.
Did you know, and does this surprise you, that around 75% of mothers in the UK with children aged 0 to 14 years old work? 75% of mothers.
That surprised me.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be lower.
Yeah, I think I did too. And it doesn't specify whether it's...
proud of that stat though. I like it.
Yeah, no, I think I just think we can do both things.
Yeah.
Like, no one can tell you that you have to pick and choose. You can only be one.
I just think it's so 90s that mum stays at home. I mean, my mum was a stay-at-home mum. My dad had his own
gone are the days when you could comfortably afford to live on one salary, I think, you know.
100% agree.
I think both parties do typically need to work, and
with our household anyway, we couldn't do it off one salary.
No, ditto. We could never. I mean, we could. Well, yeah. If you had to, you could, right? Yeah. But we choose not to because we want to give our children a life that we want them to live, you know.
And that we want to live.
And we want to live as well, yeah, for sure.
Holidays and going away and great Christmases.
Just living comfortably, I think. And
No, it's shocked me, but in a good way. So
yeah, I like to. So yesterday we both went home with some questions to ask the children, and we don't know what our children have said.
We don't know what each other's children have said.
So,
okay, let's go.
Do you want to go first? Do you want to tell? Should we do one question at a time?
Yeah, let's do one question.
So the first question then was, what do you think I do for a job? Did you ask both kids?
I asked both. So Maya said, you go on your laptop.
That's fair.
But yeah, so I opened my laptop, mummy's working.
Okay.
Mason, this is funny, I'm a car adverter.
A car adverter?
Yeah. Which means he listens.
Yeah.
You know, automotive sector and all that.
Yeah.
Advertising.
Yeah.
It's not quite right, but yeah. So yeah, what are yours?
So, I mean, so just Olivia's 5. She's clued up. She's switched on. Millie is 2. Okay, so I'll go with Millie first. I don't know why she said this. She says cheese and tapping like this.
She says cheese.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're a model.
I don't know how I can get myself into her brain to understand what she was saying then.
I love that.
Olivia, going to the gym, shopping, and you go on your computer and FaceTime people.
You go on your computer.
So yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Okay, second question then. What do you think the hardest part of my job is?
So Maya said doing so much work.
Yeah, she's spot on.
Yeah. Mason, the big meetings.
So
Mason knows, you know, I get nervous before a meeting. I do a lot of prep the night
You
before.
do, but then you always go in and smash it. So
I'd never feel like that. But yeah, I like to be fully prepared for my meetings. So that will be the night before.
Yeah.
I will, you know, go through it. I have practiced presentations on my 11-year-old. Not that he gets it. But yeah, so hats off to him because he got that one.
So Olivia, I think, her wires crossed a little bit between what my job, as in like work is, and my job at home is. So she said looking after us kids.
Oh.
And Millie repeated the answer to the first question, and she just said tapping like this.
Gotta love it.
Okay, number 3. Why do you think I go to work?
So I got similar answers from my 5-year-old and my 11-year-old. Maya, to earn some money, to which I said, money for what? To buy us loads of stuff and go on holiday.
Fair enough.
Fair.
And what did Mason say?
To get money for food and holiday.
Fair enough. Similar answers from Olivia. She said, so you earn loads of money to buy a new house.
Oh.
So that's her and Millie, just because you do. She didn't really contribute to this very well.
But it's funny.
We'll work on that.
Okay.
Final question then that we asked the kids. What do I do when I finish work?
This is the one that I'm going to be really honest and say the honest answer.
I can't wait to hear it. Go on.
She picks Maya and Mason up and then watches Housewives.
Fair enough.
Yep. Mason, she makes dinner, plays with us, and then watches Housewives. Both my children asked different times of the day and asked in different rooms, both said Housewives. So I think I've got a problem there. Go on.
Okay.
I don't, for the record.
I was just going to say, were they accurate? Why did they say that then?
I don't know. I like to try and watch some Housewives in my spare time, but it's my guilty pleasure. Okay?
Yes, okay. No,
but I do not
don't
do
feel guilty for
it.
it. Olivia, drink some wine, see us kids, have dinner, and go to bed.
Okay. Fair. Simple.
And Millie just said, I don't know. Oh, she really didn't contribute. But yeah, it was interesting anyway to see what they thought we did, I think.
I think so. And it's a funny story. Mason with his answer of car adverter. So a few years ago, when he started to understand what I did, he blamed me for the reason his YouTube videos have adverts. No joke.
Way.
Yeah. And
you are the inventor of YouTube ads.
I am the inventor of YouTube ads. And every time an ad would come up, this is Mummy's fault. Mummy does these. And he's taught Mummy.
Well, you could pay for YouTube, so it actually is your fault. Along with all of the other things that you're subscribed to.
I'm kind of proud and I'm kind of not, because I'm like, he gets it.
Yeah.
So he understands I do advertising. But obviously everyone hates YouTube ads. Right?
Yeah, really hates YouTube ads.
But they're noticeable and they do the job. So I was
there we go, ding, ding, ding.
He understood.
No, I think it's really interesting that they, even though they're all still so young, they pick up on certain things and they do get it and they understand, earn loads of money. It's kind of, it's a bit of a blanket statement, isn't it? That, of course you go to work to earn money. But no, it's just interesting
it's cute to see it through their eyes, isn't it?
For sure.
So would you ever want one of your girls to get into marketing? Would you be opposed to it?
I wouldn't be opposed to it. I guess I've not really thought about it. They're so young and I have no idea what they're going to do. And, they've got hobbies and interests now, but...
Yeah. See, Mason's getting to an age, obviously he's that bit older and it's... what I love about working in an agency and working in a place like this is you look around you and there are so many different careers.
Yeah.
So I had my nephews in for work experience last summer, so they were 15. And it was really like, you can go into
pick and choose
web development, UX, PPC, creative, and
podcast recording.
And they were so into like graphic design and it was so nice to kind of, I thought, actually, I'm really lucky.
You can be who you want to be, can't you? And it's so versatile.
Different people, and our kids are very different and what have you. And it's like, do you know what they might? Because often, the conversation of like, Daddy will say, do you want to do what Mummy does when she's old? And I'm a bit like, I don't think he'd do what I do, but he could absolutely work in advertising.
Something, something within an agency setting or. There's something for everybody, isn't there?
Yeah, which is, another reason I think we're so lucky to work in a place like this.
Yeah.
Because it's just such, different people, different skills. And when, like I said, my nephews came, they kind of did a day doing something completely different every day.
And everybody just kind of bounces off each other and it's nice.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you ever find yourself envious of some of the people that we work with? We work with amazing people, right? Just to clarify, we've got a fantastic group of people across the whole agency, but I've got people that I work with in my team that they might not get out of bed till 8 in the morning. They get themselves ready and that's it. And then they come here, they stroll in at 9 o'clock. They'll
go, I'm so tired.
and they're great at what they do. They work hard. Like there's not a single person in this agency that I don't truly believe works their butts off.
Agreed.
But then they go home and it's like, some of them have their dinner made for them because they still live at home.
Yeah.
Others don't live at home but can just rustle up whatever they want because they've not got anybody to cook for, i.e. they're not cooking for the kids and then having to cook
or deliver. Yeah.
Does that make you envious?
Yeah.
But does that...
It makes me envious, I think, on days where I've had a really difficult morning.
Yeah.
So I've got a very strong-minded, let's say, 5-year-old girl.
Yeah, I feel you. Is that not? I think girls are just sassy, aren't they?
Yeah.
Which is amazing. I love it when they're 18. And
I have said like this really needs to kind of go into kind of some CEO of some global
for
company.
sure.
Like,
she might make up the 4%. Was it in the 4% of women that make it to a CEO position?
Yeah,
I think that
surprised me. But yeah, if she can be that one of the 4%, go for it, girl. Everything could be worth it. But yes, if I've had a difficult morning, sometimes I can feel like I have done, half a day before I get to work. 9 o'clock is kind of mid-morning to us.
Yeah, you want to get your lunch out the fridge.
Yeah, when you're up at 6, and it's not, I don't get up stupidly early. I don't think 6 o'clock is stupidly early, but we can do so much in that time.
Well, I think part of being a mum, and maybe it's something that motherhood has taught me, we might come on to this in a bit, but is that you use what time you have efficiently.
Yes.
You have to. Because there's so much to do that you have to be patient, you have to be time efficient, you have to, like, all of these traits that you learn from being a mum, which then are transferred into the workplace as well, and vice versa. You probably learn to be
a lot of that
patient and time efficient here. But yeah, you could live an entire day before you even come to the office in the morning, and then you still got it.
Morning.
Yeah, for sure.
And you can have meltdowns, you can have accidents, you can have so much. I have, been guilty of picking my daughter up and putting her in the car in order for us to get to school and work on time. But yeah, I can feel envious. But then at the same time, when we've had a lovely morning, I really appreciate that. And I feel so proud. And I think, I've just got 2 kids to school, sorted the dog out in between. I've got 2 kids to school safely. I'm in work. Everything's good. Life is great. They were happy. I'm happy. And that's where you have that really proud mum moment. Because I am proud. And I'm proud.
You should be.
I'm proud of any woman that works full time and has children at home.
Or part time.
I just think 100%, like that works. Because I think go for it. I saw somewhere, and me and my husband were actually talking about it the other weekend, where it said, work, actually get the best version of you. Because at home with your husband, you're stressed, whether that be, just household, life, kids. You can often be stressed with your kids. It's actually work and your colleagues that get the best version of you.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
And I was that hit me a little bit, but I kind of get it.
I suppose you feel comfortable at home to not be the best version of yourself, whereas here you would never want anybody to see you.
I must say here, I do feel like I've been here a long time. This absolutely is my extended family. My shoulders, I feel relaxed. I feel it's kind of a safe place. I enjoy it. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy who I work with. And I think that really helps. So when you have had a stressful morning, to come into an environment where you can
unwind almost, even though you've got lots to do.
You've got lots to do, but the people around you, you just feel, I can be me.
Yeah.
And people get it. So I get
it's nice to be.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
Go on then. Proud mum moments. Have you got any proud mum moments that...
like work related, obviously.
Yeah, sure.
So again, I'm saying Mason because he's older, he's getting it, he's understanding what I do, and I talk to him a lot about it. I actually test Mason sometimes on websites.
What?
Well, Mason, how quickly did it take you to find a red car priced under £10,000?
You do not.
Use a test. I have tested it, have a play around with that website.
You need to set him up on Workflow Max and start getting him paid expenses.
And opinions, because we sometimes are the worst people to look at our own work. So especially kind of in like the website world, we're the worst people to look at websites, because we are on these websites day in, day out. Actually, having someone that is not in the industry, whether that be marketing, automotive, any industry, they're the best people sometimes to look at it. And hey, why not an 11-year-old? He'll be driving one day. But no, one proud moment I've had, and where I finally got that kind of switch in Mason. Yeah. We were watching Match of the Day, Premier League team, and the signage around the football pitch was our signage. So I know that I didn't kind of create the artwork,
but
I briefed in the artwork. The agency created the artwork. Yeah. And I was like, Mason, we did that. And he was like, what? And I showed him, and he was like, your job's really cool, Mum.
Oh,
and I sat there and I was like, do you know what? Yeah, it is.
It is cool. I think when you can see it like that, and I mean, for your kids to think you're cool, you must be pretty cool, right?
I liked it.
Yeah.
there's certain stuff we've done, whether it be TV adverts.
Yeah, and it's not always that glamorous, is it? Sometimes we don't always do billboards around football pitches and things like that.
But we work in an industry where there are things I'll go home and be like, look what Mary did today.
Yeah.
And the kids get it, husband gets it, and you think, yeah,
that is quite cool.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh. So moving on then, we're going to talk about something that could be a bit hard-hitting, I guess, and it's to do with bias and being a mum in the workplace. Like, do you ever feel that being both, like, do you feel judged sometimes for trying to be both? Do you find it difficult to be both?
Yeah, I think it has its challenges. Compared to someone that doesn't have children, it's just a lot harder for us. And again, I'm not saying this like, woe is me. Like, it's harder for us because there are just, we're in charge of two other lives and schedules.
Yeah.
So like this week we had a meeting put on a day that I typically get the kids.
Yeah.
Not an issue because, again, I have my village. Mum, can we swap dates? Yeah, absolutely.
But it just means that you don't get to do that. And it's nice to be able to do that from time to time. I find it with me dropping Olivia to school, I only get to do it one day a week. And so I don't meet the other parents on the playground. I don't know any of the other children really and what their parents are like. And you only then meet them if you get invited to a birthday party or something like that. And they've all forged these little clips, these friendships and these relationships on the playground. But I'm not a part of that because we rely on, so Adam does a couple of the drop-offs. And then we've got his parents do one and my parents do one. And then I just do the Friday.
Wow.
And so on the odd occasion that Friday is taken away from me, and it's very rare. And I'm always the first person to put my hand up to volunteer. If there's something going on a Friday that I want to be a part of, if there's a meeting or something like that, I want to be a part of that. Because again, I don't want to miss out on that, as well as the playground stuff.
Do you enjoy the school job?
Yeah, I think because I do it so, I wouldn't enjoy it 5 days a week.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it 5 days a week.
I like how excited she is on the playground, and I like to be able to witness how comfortable she is.
You're in the early stages. I mean, I hate school drop-off. And this is really, really bad for me to admit.
This is the prosecco talking now.
I don't like the clicks. But I
that's fair enough.
I will say,
but that's life though, isn't it? That's
and
not just
I've done it with Mason. Mason's year 6.
Yeah.
So I've done it for
You've done it for a long time.
Yeah, I've done it for a long time. With the second one, I'm like, oh my God, I'm just starting this again. So one's finishing primary school and one's just starting. And I haven't got the same enthusiasm, I guess, for the second one.
Fair enough.
I mean, I do it twice a week.
Yeah.
And I do. And I like doing it. I'm happy, yada, yada, yada. But yeah.
So you told me something earlier that was when you were interviewing at Denfield. So a long time ago now. There was somebody that told you not to mention the fact that you were a mum.
Yes.
Why do you think that was?
And this is kind of, is this normal?
Yeah.
Is this because it was a long time ago? A lot has changed in 10 years. But I'll never forget.
A lot needed to change.
Yeah, agreed. When I came for the interview here, so that was 2016, I was 26.
Yeah.
I had Mason at 24, so I had a 2-year-old. And someone told me, don't mention that you've got a little one.
Why do you think they said that?
And I think, and I was kind of like, really? Like, I'm so proud to be a mum. I'm so proud to be a young mum and still work and be building my career. It was a big jump for me from my old place to come here. So it's something I was really proud of. And then I was kind of, someone's advised me not to say anything.
So did you?
And I didn't. And I didn't say anything because obviously at the time I didn't know Denfield. Now, would it have been an issue if I said anything? Absolutely not. Mason's been in the agency so many times. It's we're not an agency like that.
Yeah. So why do you think they said it to you in the first place?
And I think because some men that work in the industry, in business, let's say, might look at her and think,
discriminate.
She's going to have commitments.
Yeah.
They could have had another person apply for the job that didn't have a child.
Yeah.
That would have been absolutely available for anything they threw at her. So, and then I kind of remember off the back of that and getting the job, and it was like, you dedicate the next 2 years to your job, which I'm going to dedicate myself to the job anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it was very like someone was saying it as if he was like a dirty secret, and I didn't like it. But I didn't say anything purely because I didn't know who was on the receiving end of hearing that.
So at what point did you feel comfortable to talk about the fact that you were?
It was like, literally like week 1. I just randomly said it. And there was no one batted an eyelid.
No one was surprised.
No one kind of, oh, what? You've got a kid? You've got a kid? And I had none of it, which I knew from that moment on it was obviously not going to be a problem. And I'd like to think it never has been a problem. So,
well, it's not got in the way.
But I hope that's something people aren't still going through now.
Yeah.
You know? That's quite sad.
How did you feel about when you announced that you were pregnant with Maya? Like, how did that come about? Who did you tell? How did you go about?
Oh my God, I don't know.
You can't remember?
I think it's a long effort. It was such a, I think COVID was quite a blur.
So it would have been like early COVID, or just before COVID. You got pregnant.
It was March time, because I remember when there was kind of like rumours going around of COVID, and it was a bit like
because they started like end of February, didn't they?
Yeah, and I remember saying to Guy, and by the way, I'm pregnant. Like I typically wouldn't tell anyone at this stage, and he was like, okay, go home.
Okay, yeah.
Because
you were trying to be protective over the pregnancy.
And he was like, right, we're going into lockdown anyway. Don't say anything, but you're cleared to go home. And I was like, oh my God. And then I didn't see anyone. I don't think I saw anyone in person. Obviously, we were then moving agencies at the time.
Yeah,
so we're moving buildings. And I went in for a big client meeting, and I was about 8 months pregnant. And I walked in and everyone was like, whoa. And it was only a select few of us there because obviously it was COVID, what have you. And everyone was like, wow, Em. Like, hi. Like,
how did that happen?
And that was it. But what about you?
I didn't really know how to go about it with Olivia. And we were working from home. Everything was all a bit weird.
Of course, because you were a bit late.
I actually just ended up emailing.
It
was so formal, and it makes me cringe now. It was really formal, but it was like, it was too much. It was way too much. Second time round, I was a lot less formal. And Teams, because I think I was in the office, but I wanted to tell Guy in person, so I messaged him on Teams and was like, can you pop downstairs? And then there was somebody in the meeting room, so we couldn't. And then he was like, can you type it? And I was like,
okay, hey guys.
Yeah, I can do, I suppose. And then I think I didn't bother typing. I sent him a GIF, and he was just like,
so you announced to your boss that you were pregnant by sending him a GIF.
Yeah.
That is so you.
I think I felt so cringy over the first time. I was like, I've got to do like the polar opposite and just do something super casual.
Oh, I love it.
But yeah,
how did he respond? Gift back?
No, I actually don't think it's appropriate for the podcast to tell you his response. I'm going to keep that between me and him. It was funny. I'll show you in private.
Right. Okay. So to wrap things up, I'm going to ask a couple of questions. One thing motherhood has taught you professionally.
Oh, okay. Patience and efficiency, I would say. I have less time to do stuff now than I had before becoming a mum, so I am very efficient with my time, and there's just like a lot less fluff to what I do, I guess. I'm just to the point.
Yeah,
she says with a really fluffy answer.
To flip that, so what's one thing your profession has taught you in motherhood?
Patience, I think. So I deal with multiple personalities, both like in the office with all the different people I work with my clients, with external parties and things like that. So I think patience and dealing with their personalities helps me to deal with my kids' multiple personalities.
I can flip. Could not agree more.
They melt down to like the happiest kid alive in 30 seconds. Patience.
Yeah, I like that. And that's true.
Go on then. So what's one of the funniest things your kids or one of them has said about your job?
I mean, so for years they've never understood what I do. And I kind of show them insights and they think it's cool. And sometimes, in our job, there are some tasks that are really boring.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff we do is like mega, really cool. But when I used to ask the kids, Mason, what I did a few years ago, he would say, you just go to the office with your friend. he never thought I worked. He literally
I mean, that's
thought,
quite nice, isn't it?
I mean, it's lovely that he saw that on the outset.
Yeah.
And he was like, you don't work, mummy. You just go to the office with your friends.
The thing is like, I don't think he's necessarily wrong, because you do have friends that you've made here that you are still in touch with. That, you know, they might have moved on, but you're still very much in touch with them. So,
and it's like that whole family thing. You know, I know it is so cliche and it's so cheesy, and you know, so many companies say we're a family, but I don't care. We are.
Yeah, I think you're so right. Denfield's a very different place in that respect, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of people say it and you're like, really? But no, genuinely.
They're special.
Denfield is really special.
I mean, that's the reason why how many of us have...
Oh, we've got so many people now that are in the 10-year club.
Exactly.
You don't get that with agency life, I don't think. It's so, anyway, I think we're really lucky.
Yeah.
Okay. So what message then would you hope that you're passing on to your kids about having a career and everything that you do?
I think, you know, you can do what you want to do. You can be what you want to be.
Yeah. You don't have to fit the mold.
A career wasn't always kind of an option. Like for me, let's say kind of when I was a teenager, you know, I did great in school. I didn't think I'd be able to have such a successful career.
Yeah.
And I want my kids to be able to, you know, if that's what they want, to have a successful career, no matter whether you're a woman, a man, whatever, whether you're a mum, dad or not. I want them to, you know, you can be whatever you want to be.
Yeah.
And I will always support my kids in whatever they want to be.
Oh,
I'm here for it. What about you?
I think the same. Like I've got two very independent little girls right now, and I hope that they can just see that they can be hardworking and dedicated to their job, but they can also be a great mum if they want to be. Then, you know, they can, to your point, they can be what they want to be. They don't have to fit the mold. They don't have to follow anybody. Yeah.
Love it.
I think that's us done, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I guess the last thing to say is that for any working mums or mums in general listening, like, you're probably doing a much better job than you think you are, and keep going, and you're smashing it.
We're in it together.
We're in it together.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
You want to ring the bell, so I'll let you lean over.
Oh no, this is going to be really unflattering on the camera, isn't it?
Yay! That's a wrap.